Hey everyone, my name is Becca. Welcome to my Stitchy home. I'm here at StitchCon in Cincinnati, Ohio with my friend Brenda, the Handwork Maniac. And this is our final day here, so we thought we'd come on and share with you some about our experience, the fun that we've had, the things we've been stitching on, perhaps a purchase or two. And we have someone special here to be a part of this interview.
We have moderator Kim is here to help us lead the discussion because we might get in a fight and we need a moderator.
So, Becca and Brenda, when did you arrive at StitchCon and when will you be leaving?
Brenda arrived first.
I got here a week ago Friday, so it's been 10 days and we're going home tomorrow.
And I got here really late Saturday night. I drove from Georgia, and it was quite a journey. And we've just been hanging out in as much as we could prior to StitchCon in the live-in lobby, stitching and laughing uncontrollably.
We were weekend B. We were here during weekend A, but we didn't go in the convention center. We just stitched over at the hotel, did some field trips, did some shopping, did some eating, eating out.
Yeah.
A lot of stitching.
Right.
And then we attended weekend B.
And also with us this whole time has been Colette, the highway stitcher. So she also will be going home tomorrow, and then I'll be going home, or actually I'll be going to visit family in Ohio tomorrow.
So a lot goes on at StitchCon, as we all know. What are some of your favorite things at StitchCon?
Laughing, talking. The finish bell, that's fun to hear people bring the finish bell and show their finishes up at the front because you get to see it.
I don't have an L&S near me, so certainly one of the highlights is going to Keepsakes, which is the local needlework shop, and they have an annex here just right there. It's closed now, but they've had it all weekend, and you can shop till you drop.
So another thing that happened while you were here in Cincinnati were the cicadas. Can you tell us, what are they and how did you feel about the cicadas?
I thought it was cool. I was doing research on them. I wanted to know what their life cycle was. They come out this particular brood X comes out every 17 years. So that's just crazy. Every 17 years there's like just a zillion cicadas everywhere. It's a cool noise. Every time the hotel doors would open, I could hear them out there that first weekend. The second weekend, they're a lot quieter.
They've I think they've done their mating, and they're getting ready to go back into wherever they go for the next 17 years.
The convention center did not have air conditioning the beginning of weekend B, the first day. The air conditioning went out at the convention center because cicadas had clogged up the heating and air conditioning vents on the outside of the building.
And they didn't figure it out right away, so
it was fixed by Friday morning.
Yeah.
What do you think they're creepy?
I didn't like them flying at me and landing on me, no. But
they're beautiful.
Certainly the sound that they make, it's like they're singing.
So we did experience some different Cincinnati food. There was skyline, there were graters. What was your favorite Cincinnati food that you were able to try since you've been at StitchCon?
Grater's ice cream, that was pretty darn good. Or Chamota's chocolates, one or the other.
And see, I like I can't say it, the Dietz
in Findlay?
In Findlay, Ohio, yes. I can't say it, but I had ice cream and chocolate there. And I mean, almost all chocolate is on the scale of good to great, so.
All chocolate is good. Hello! You should come around here and say hi. Yeah, come around here and peek in the camera and
you want to say hi?
Is it active?
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, good Lord.
This is our friend Rosella.
Just peek in and say,
Hey, I had a great time at StitchCon.
Yay!
See you next year. Yeah, see you next year.
Okay.
So while you've been at StitchCon, you visited both Keepsakes and you were able to go to Craft Gallery, which is up in Findlay, Ohio. tell us about the two shops. And did you purchase anything?
I didn't purchase anything. Did you purchase anything?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Let's see. We went to Keepsakes 3 times, I believe, in the last 10 days, and the annex here at the which is run by Keepsakes several times, maybe 4 or 5. I ended up at the register, and we bought stuff in Findlay, Ohio. That was awesome to be able to see that much cross stitch stuff close by and shop and all of that stuff and see all the models. Oh, their craft gallery, her name's Paula. We came in and she knew we'd driven for a while, and she was just like, and the bathroom's right here, and there's some coffee over here and some donuts, and you need a soft drink. What can I get you? What can I get you? And then in her bathroom you can sign the wall.
Pins.
She has markers in there so that everyone who visits can sign the wall. Did you sign the wall?
I did. I did. Yes.
What did you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, it's all been good, but see, I'd never been to Craft Gallery before. I had heard that Carlton and Paula were very friendly, and they do framing there. I wish I could have brought something to leave with them to frame, but I didn't have anything. But that store was very neat, very clean, lots of floss. They had an abundance, to me, of floss. I was able to kit 2 or 3 projects and bought some patterns and stuff. Should we share? This would be a good time to share. So show something you bought.
I bought Star Village by Thistles and kitted it up while I was there.
And
started it. Here, it was my StitchCon start. So
What are
that's
you
how my
stitching on, do you
project's
know?
done. Oh, it's 46 count flax that I bought at Keepsakes because they had some lovely 46 count fabric over there.
And is it DMC or?
It's the called for Gentle Arts threads, which Craft Gallery had almost all of them. And it's 1 strand of floss over 2 fabric threads.
Very good. You really made a lot of progress in a short period of time. So what did I buy at Findlay? That's a good question. What did I buy at Findlay? I bought this. This is a purse from Old Colonial Designs called My Tuck Away Shoulder Bag. And it comes with the pattern, and it comes with the purse. So that you're
So
stitching
cool.
right here. And
Wow.
it comes with a little charm too that goes on there. So I know I got that there. And I think I got this. I don't remember. I don't remember where I got
Too much
stuff.
shopping, yeah.
Yes. I got this, which is from Jeanette Douglas Designs. Let's do what we love and do it a lot. And then at Keepsakes, I got some 32 count linen Under the Sea Fabrics Autumn. Kind of a peachy, little,
very light,
little
light
bit of
peach.
brown. And then these were the flosses.
Gorgeous.
And what else? What else? Anything else? Oh, I got this there. They had a model. They have so many models at both Keepsakes and Craft Gallery. And this is Homespun Elegance from the Purely Samplers collection, Home a Haven. It says, Home a Haven for family and friends. And my plan there is just to stitch it with whatever I already have in my stash at home. But I bought lots of fabric at Craft Gallery and at Keepsakes and in the annex. I didn't know I was coming here to purchase fabric, but I did. Did you buy anything?
I bought 4 pieces of fabric.
Yeah.
We bought 2 at Keepsakes, and then I bought, so like 4. And then Liz
I got that too.
Matthews, My Home in the Garden, Moderator Kim, and I. And are you going to participate?
Yeah.
We're all going to stitch it together, and whoever else of you out there is stitching it. And then I also got Liz Matthews' Days of Christmas. She has 4 out so far. First, second, that's 4th, 3rd, 4th. And I want to stitch them on like 46 count, all on one piece of fabric. But there's just 4 out so far. But Liz told me, Liz was here. I talked to Liz. She told us that the next one would be coming out in September, October.
So you're going to start them this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. And then I kitted up Floss Tube Friends. Wait, I'm holding that right in front of me. And this is by October House Fiber Arts. Came out, I think, at Needlework Expo.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kitted that up. And I also bought Hands-On Design with this needle ivy thread. And that looks like a needle book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it comes with the charm, the needle charm. And then I bought in the annex.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call this? Strawberry Social Thread Keep.
Thread keep. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, with the little thread drop cards. And I got the 2010 Collector's Heart by Heart and Hand. You hold the key and it comes with floss and the key. And then while at Keepsakes, this is a cross-stitch version of the Keepsake shop, which is in an older 2-story home.
I bought that one as well.
Okay, and then Sue Hillis designs, she designed that, and then she has 3 other patterns that have 4 patterns each, 4 of these designs each in them, so that you could, and there's not a picture of the whole thing, it would kind of look like that if you stitch the Keepsakes house on top and then all the patterns on the bottom. When this first came out, it was a free pattern every month that you went into Keepsakes and made a donation of a monetary donation or a canned good item. And the pattern that was for October was this cat one, which features 310, which is the cat at Keepsakes at the shop. So I went ahead and got that because that wasn't part of this. It was a different design. So who knows? Who knows when all that's going to happen? But I'm ready. I'm ready whenever it happens.
So while you've been at StitchCon, did you see any new cross-stitch tools?
Well, I used a how do you say that?
Snag
Nabbit for the first time, courtesy of Brenda. I was having some trouble removing floss, frogging, and it was leaving a big mess. And the Snag Nabbit, I could push down through the hole, and it pulled those loose fibers down underneath and left the top looking very nice and neat.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that other tool that I used?
Fix It. Seam Fix. Seam Fix. It's purple.
Okay.
It's a seam ripper.
Yeah, we should have brought them, but I don't own one, and so I did get a Snag Nabbit, but I still need to get the other tool. I don't know. Have you seen any other tools that people have?
We saw a frame made out of PVC pipe that came apart. That was cool. Gosh, what else have we seen?
Have you seen anything, Kim? No?
Just the frames. Lots of different frames that people are stitching and using to stitch with. Not everybody's using Q-snaps these days. There's other things that are being used.
That's true.
And lots of different needles.
Oh, needle brands?
Needle brands, and
okay.
then just different types too, what they're made out of. So you guys, you're at a stitching retreat. How much stitching did you do?
I did better than last time. Better than 2 years ago. Not as much as when you're at home, because you talk so much. You talk, you get up and go eat, you have to run back to your hotel room because you forgot something.
You want to look at the brag table.
You go shopping, you keep going into the annex.
You want to look at the freebies.
Go to keepsakes again.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you brought that you've already shown.
I stitched on hoity-toity and got all the black filled in on the one corner.
So you'll have to show that in your next
Yeah,
video
I will.
from home. I worked on the 2021 Linen and Threads Mystery piece, and I still have to finish March, which are these vertical bands, and I had a counting error I discovered, so maybe it's kind of in timeout for a while. So you can see I've frogged this that I had previously stitched similar to this. These have got to all come down 3 lines, count of 3 I was off. So, but I was working on this, and then I was filling in the navy blue in the center of those. So, worked on that. I worked on my Lizzie Kate Time for God. My cousin and I are doing this as a stitch along, and I stitched Hard Times, Trust God. So I started right in the middle of the piece, and so I still have to do this down here and this up here. And then today I was working on Hands Across the Sea, Jane Marshall, 1857. But I'm down to the bottom, but I changed, instead of it saying Jane Marshall, I put my 2 times great-grandmother's name, Lucy Godfrey Nicholson Kent, and the year she was born and died, and then that I stitched this. And it's with my own selection of flosses that are close to the called for, but it's whatever I had that was silk or not cotton. I guess I had some different fibers that I included. That's what I've been working on.
So you had over 200 friends come to StitchCon B. How are you going to keep in touch with all of them?
Instagram, Facebook. I don't know. That's always the hard part. You feel like you've met all these new people, but how do you stay in touch with that many people in so many different states? Oh, I was going to ask Pam and stuff how many states were represented. I don't know. And countries, how many countries?
2 years ago, they put up posters for each state, and we could voluntarily put your contact information down and where you lived in your state. That allowed other people from that state to then like take a picture of the poster and email or text or whatever to get in touch. But we didn't do that this year. So
good question.
So there was a huge brag table with a lot of cool stuff, including a couple of Pam's famous pieces, the houses that she just finished, and then her big piece on the mane and
Pam's mane.
Yes, Pam's mane. Can you talk a little bit about other things that were on that brag table?
Well, first, Becca had some stuff on the brag table.
yes, and behind us here is my Be Well and Stitch sampler, which is made up of several of the free designs that came out in 2020 on the theme Stay Home, Be Well, and Stitch. So I put that on the brag table, and there was somebody that had done, I don't know, 5-8 times this many designs on a huge piece of fabric. And she has another piece of fabric. She says there's more free designs that she wants to stitch. So hopefully at the next StitchCon we'll see another example of her inspirational stitching.
Yes.
And I brought from Artist Designs, this is Banana Pants Purdy, that I bought this,
So cute.
what do you call this, like a captain's wheel at Hobby Lobby, and painted the front of it to match Purdy's shirt. And it hangs in my craft room, and it makes me smile. And then hands-on design under a quilt. I finished this in also a Hobby Lobby. It's a frame, and I just have magnets on the back to and it sits in my guest room.
So cute.
Cute little.
Love that finish.
And then Becca, you participated, I think, in the Smalls Exchange.
Yes.
Can you show us what you got?
So mine is from, I didn't leave it up here, Dragon Mother of Two on Instagram. I think her first name is Kit. But this is JBW Designs Christmas. I know it's kind of hard to see. And then she placed this ornament of an angel holding a cardinal.
That's amazing.
In this bird cage, and that's a great way to finish a round in the bottom of these bird cages that you see at like Hobby Lobby. And she also included the 2021 charm on there, which I think is brilliant.
Bye-bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So as you were walking around to all the tables in StitchCon, were there any charts that you saw a lot of people stitching on? So is there any one popular thing that you would say chart-wise was coming out of StitchCon?
Yeah, I was surprised to see the memorabilias because they're big.
Mirabilia?
I was surprised to see people. I mean, it was somebody that finished. She did all of her beading here.
Wow.
And that isn't, I mean, there were also people stitching ornaments too, right? Small things.
It was a wide variety. Just fabulous, because you could see all the different things people stitched. There wasn't everyone had the favorite designer, everyone was stitching on the same thing. It was all different, just all incredibly different. Come here and say hi. Come here, say hello. She's like, no.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, stick your head in and say hello. Yes, we are.
Hi, tell them who you are.
Mega Stitches. My name is Milka. Follow me.
Thank you.
So, wrapping up, what's the one thing you would tell people that didn't get to attend StitchCon? Would you recommend them attending in the future? What would they expect? What's the one thing you'd leave everyone with?
Go to a retreat. If you have a chance and you've ever had the thought, gosh, that sounds kind of fun, I don't know, you should go. You should just go.
And if you have some stitchy friends, or you're in contact with some on Facebook or Instagram, consider planning your own retreat. I don't think you have to wait for something like this. You may not geographically be able to get to something like this. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio, but just get together with some friends and share the love of stitching with your friends. That's what StitchCon is all about. Yes, it's bringing floss tubers and their fans together, but it's just getting stitchers together. I think for a lot of people after the past year of being at home, maybe not getting out to an LNS or to seeing their other crafty friends, that this was a chance just to really break the ice and do it. And it was needed. I think a lot of people needed it psychologically, emotionally. They needed to feel normal again, and sitting with your friends and laughing.
Okay, we had at the next table, Marianne, our new friend Marianne at the next table. And she said, yesterday, her husband was there, and she said, Brenda, like, how long in a day would you stitch? Like, would you sit down and just stitch if you had the time? And I said, oh gosh, like 12, 14, 16 hours. And she looked at her husband and she said, see, I am not crazy. I am normal. I said, yes, you are normal. We are all. It was fun to be with people who
understand.
This is their passion.
They get it.
Yes. Hello, Marianne and husband.
Yeah, I should say hello to my roommate Mindy, and she's going to attend a cross-stitch retreat in Myrtle Beach with me in October. And my cousin Lynn came to StitchCon, and she's also going to go to the Myrtle Beach retreat. So it was wonderful to sit with them and visit. it's just you just forget. You forget about anything going on back home and any of your troubles, and it just gives you a chance to
Just stitch.
stitch.
Stitch and laugh.
Now, all that stitching can sometimes cause some aches and pains, right? Do you have any advice for folks that are thinking, I can't sit there for that long?
Get on the internet and look up what good exercises are for people who sit at a computer all day with their shoulders hunched forward. There's lots of great exercises to get you stretched back out this way. Look that up, because that is important. There's lots of stretches and exercises you can do for your neck, your shoulders, your back, or if you go to a physical therapist and ask, they're happy to show you. But that's good.
I used a pillow.
Correct posture.
I sat on
Make
a
sure
pillow,
you're sitting in a chair with good support.
But yeah, you do.
Try not to lean forward.
Yeah, it's hard on your mid back. So.
We sound like we're doing a health show now.
At a future retreat, I would love to see a massage therapist come around and just give just a little bit of relief to the shoulders. But if you don't have that, there are exercises you can do, and it's probably good to look into before you head off to your next retreat.
Yes.
Do you have any advice or suggestions to offer?
What was your favorite thing?
This wasn't your first retreat, but it's your first StitchCon.
Oh my gosh, just all the people. And you can't meet nicer, more supportive people that get you. They understand what you're doing. You don't have to explain what cross stitch is, and they want to see everything that you're doing, and they want to see what you bought, and it's just all fun and exciting to share.
The people, yep, definitely.
And there was a voluntary needle minder exchange too. So that was another great icebreaker, that if you wanted to bring a few needle minders and walk around and offer them, that was a great way to meet people. And people came to our table offering us needle minders. So very, very fun environment. I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, I'm an introvert. I don't think I could handle a room of 240 or 50 people. But you just, focus on the people at your table and get to know them, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But speaking of all those people, what did all those people manage to do that would help the children of this area, the Princeton School District?
We bought raffle tickets for several fabulous prizes, but the raffle ticket money was total between weekend A and weekend B is $8,000 some odd. So they will donate that to the Princeton School Closet.
Yes.
Called the Closet.
They can provide coats for kids that don't have coats or don't have the backpack. But I think they also help with food, right? Don't they?
For kids that need food or don't have access to it, and that school district has more than the average. So it really helps all the students.
Right.
And we did have a school teacher from that school district that attended.
That was here as a stitcher. That was awesome.
Yeah, she was able to firsthand say she knew that the Princeton Closet, is that what it was?
Yes, Princeton Closet.
Was doing a good thing, that immediately if there was a need identified, they would provide, and $8,800 from the StitchCon attendees should go a long way to making things better. And that's important to Barbara Hillis that runs this, that puts on StitchCon. She wants to give to her community, support her community, and we got on board with that. But we also got raffle tickets that then people had their name called, and there were also door prizes too. That everybody was eligible for. You didn't have to buy a ticket for. So there were baskets and 1 year subscription to Punch Needle and
Punch Needle and Primitive Crafts.
Primitive Stitcher magazine.
Bags, beautiful project bags made by makers.
T-shirts. Yeah. So a lot of fun things going on. Well, thank you, Moderator Kim.
Thank you.
You're fabulous for leading this discussion, and we got to show some of our things, but in future floss tubes on Brenda's channel, the Handwork Maniac, and on my channel, My Stitchy Home, I'm sure there's other stuff. I know there's other stuff that we didn't show. So in the future you'll probably see that. But thank you so much for stopping by my Stitchy home and hearing about our StitchCon experience. And thanks for doing this with me, Brenda.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So until next time, happy stitching, everyone.
Bye-bye.